What did you have in that pancake? Is it a secret recipe?
Yeah, it's kind of special,
Okay, because
but
it was good though. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
it's good.
No, because I burped and I tasted the flavor. I was like, so I'm sorry, oh God, I had to catch you right quick.
Oh my God.
Welcome to the Strawberry Patch Podcast. The Strawberry Patch Podcast is where we give you solid, trustworthy, and raw advice
by bringing you effective, real relatable examples to improve your dating experiences, friendships, and marriages.
We are your hosts, Jasmine
and Simone.
Hey guys, it's your girl Jasmine
and Simone
with the Strawberry Patch, and
yes.
We are here today with a brand new episode. This one is super special because we decided to video for you guys.
I know it's been a while, but we did it. we got here.
Oh my gosh, this episode is actually about overthinking, and we had definitely been overthinking this episode for the longest.
Yes,
it's about time that we actually just went ahead and did it.
Exactly.
So this is something brand new for us, but we hope that you guys love it. Okay,
we want you guys to watch it. Enjoy it, give us your feedback, and don't forget to follow, share, like, let us know.
Yes, and we love you guys. Bye. Hey everybody, it is your girl Jasmine and Simone.
Hey.
With the Strawberry Patch.
Yes.
So this episode today is actually super special because you guys are seeing us.
Yeah, you guys don't typically see us, and let me explain, okay? Because you guys I have had a few people walk up like, are you guys still doing the podcast? Yes, we are. It's just literally over the last few months, a lot of great things has been happening, and our schedule's been crazy. So the posting the last few months
just two. Not few, two.
Well, some people may feel like where y'all been forever. So like it's only been 2 months, okay, that you guys have not seen us yet. But we're still here. There are still new episodes being published, so definitely check us out on all of your podcast platforms, okay?
Everywhere where you can hear the podcast or hear a podcast, we are there. So
exactly.
iTunes, Spotify, Apple Play, all of them. Check out all of them. We're there.
Exactly.
All right. So shameless plug to us. You know. But today's episode is super special, like I said, because you guys are seeing us for the first time.
Yes.
So you guys get to see the faces that we make to each other and the looks that we give each other when we're doing stuff. But not only that is we're gonna do makeup while we're doing this episode, so that's gonna be, kind of wildish.
We're gonna be talking, sipping on water while we're trying to beat our face.
Business.
Exactly.
Yeah, minding our business.
Take your water and mind your business. Exactly.
I like that.
And like she said, the facial expression part, because when we're recording and you guys don't see our facial expressions, like we just be laughing because
to each other.
She said stuff and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
But you guys don't hear it, so now you'll be able to see it. All right.
See and hear it. It's so good. Okay, so we're gonna do this, or we're gonna try, because at the end of the day, y'all, where we're doing this, I actually don't even have like a big mirror behind to be able to see what I'm doing.
Oh no,
and neither does she.
Girl.
So we're just gonna have to pretend like we can see through the lens that you guys.
I mean, I got a little mirror or something I'm gonna be using because I can't. I gotta see closely. All right. I'll be prepared, but I gotta look closely.
But I did not. So yeah, I'm just gonna be winging it because I do my makeup pretty often. I feel like I should be able to.
But no, is there a mirror in one of your cases?
I think there's one like on this.
I'm certain there's one somewhere.
Perfect. Oh, brand new. Okay,
look at that.
So there's one right here.
So you can use.
So
that
yeah. All right, so it won't be that bad. Okay. Now that we have that settled, today's episode is actually going to be about overthinking because we are in the month of July.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. When we're recording this, of course, we're in June, but this will be for July. So for July, we're going to be talking about overthinking and ways that we as either women or people in general will overthink something so bad that we don't even jump at opportunities that come for us. My girl is going to tell y'all a story because I just couldn't. Last week, we had a phone call on Sunday, and she's telling me about this amazing job opportunity. And I'm thinking,
she just went straight there.
Yeah, I am, because it was kind of low key infuriating to me. But then, like, I understood where she was.
Why?
Because you're like one of my best friends. Why would I not want you to excel when I've been freaking praying for this stuff to be happening to you?
I appreciate that.
And then for you to just be like, oh, I don't know if I can do it.
Look,
I was like,
look, I already explained to you why, and we had. Okay, so let me just get to it, okay? So I was given the opportunity to get a higher position than what I am now. Mm-hmm. Now, mind you, I just got a new position, which in my case is a high position. However, another position was offered to me that for me, it's coming so quickly. So I was so overwhelmed. I was like full of doubt and can I do this and how long I've been here? Do I know what to do? Will the team like me? And like Jasmine said,
it's not even like you weren't gonna have training. That's the thing, and that's why I kept saying like to her when she called me to tell me about this. I'm like, fam, they were gonna give you 6 months to help you. So like, what's the problem?
Exactly,
they're gonna train you.
But in case in point, I was overthinking. I even like, and once again, Jasmine and a few other people were telling me the same thing. I even took it to my therapist. Right, for you guys that have listened to us already, you know I go and see a therapist, and. She looked at me. She was like, what?
That's the same face that I literally made on the phone when she was telling me this, because I was just so like I said before, I was like disgusted. I was just like, fam, you're infuriating me because I know that you could do it. Like, what's the problem?
But look, man, I was not expecting
something like
that to come so fast. But look, my therapist said this. She said, have the audacity to trust God. And when she said that, I told her, I said, it's like you just cut me on my chest.
Oh, yeah, it's funny.
She said, have the audacity to trust God. And her saying that, and I was just watching something else before we started this video from, what's his name?
T.D. Jakes?
Yes, okay. Bishop T.D. Jakes. He says, you know, when all those that are great, that did something mighty, that did something that seems extraordinary, right? Yes. He said, we even did that in fear.
Yeah.
He said, everyone, anything that's great,
they took that first step in fear.
Exactly. Anything that's great, there is going to be that little fear there that's, can I do this? Can I accomplish this? But you got to just do it anyway.
You really do.
And so with me just hearing that and then remembering what my therapist said, having the audacity, because you know what kind of flipped my thinking about that? I typically tell people, oh, you had the audacity. Like, you had the nerve. Exactly. Like you had
that's the part that I love about that word audacity, though, because when you just said it, even from your therapist, there's a book, and I was telling her too, I'm gonna be getting it to her, and I really wish that I could like hook up with Yvonne Orji and like do a
what's up, girl
thing. Yeah, like if you watch our podcast at any given time, hey girl, I'm a fan now. I even watch Insecure.
I watch all season. Don't even get me started, girl. Don't get me started. That is my girl.
That's my show now.
Yes.
I'm like addicted almost.
Molly's
my girl.
Yes.
Issa is good too. I love Issa as well.
I am Issa.
Yeah, you are, but I'm Molly. Yeah. That's true. And I think that's why I resonate so much with her character and with the book, because she talks in the book how she really talks. Mm-hmm. Like, and when you're reading the book, you feel like someone's actually talking to you. Not just, reading these and that. But in the book, she talks about having the audacity to go after your goals.
Yep.
And I was like, that's right. Like, I never thought about it. We always, when people say audacity, they're always thinking it in a negative way.
Exactly.
It's always like, oh, you had the audacity to go and mess up this, that, and the third, or you had the audacity to be so rebellious and blah, blah. And it's like, yeah, but you could literally have the same audacity.
Yes.
To finish your goal. You have the audacity to jump first.
Yes.
Into your dreams. And I'm like, oh, snap. So the fact that her therapist said, you need to have the audacity to go through this without your fear.
Yes.
Your therapist knows what she's doing.
No, she does.
Man, your therapist
God really connected us, because I went through a few and I did not have a good connection with a few of them. But when she said that, I was like, okay. And so once we continued to process this through and talk it out, really it just boiled down to me being fearful. because once the logic hit me, it was like, duh, Small, you could do this. Like, I started talking to myself because when I thought about everything that I would have to do and what I'm getting myself into, it's like, dude, I am more than capable of doing this. So I had to get over the emotions of fear. And once I got over the emotions of fear, then I was able to think logically and not overthink, because emotions can cause you to overthink. So let's just talk about that. Well, emotions can allow you to, will cause you to overthink a situation that is like very minute.
Literal simple.
It will magnify something so small because of all the extra fluff that you're feeling.
So that's why I said this month's episode is about overthinking. And it was kind of crazy because I'm gonna throw this back a little bit. But so I had gone to Simone's house one of these days for the podcast episode. And when I came there, of course, y'all know I'm always in my business attire. But that day, I think, I forget what we were doing, but I was just like, I'm tired of being cooped up or whatever.
Yeah, she was tight. She was doing her business errands. I remember that day. She was just tired. And then she had on some nice tight jeans, and she had on a blouse or something like that. And I was like, girl, get comfortable, because one thing about me, my house is going to be welcoming. And it's going to be warm. It's going to be to my liking, but at the same time, I want to make sure that everyone feels at home.
I love that.
If you get invited to my house, then you're family.
Yeah.
If you don't, then obviously that's not obviously. But for the most part, if you get invited over my house, you are family. So I want you to be comfortable. And so she came in. I was like, girl, let me just give you one of my shirts.
And low-key, y'all, I'm not even gonna lie. At first, because usually for me, I don't really share people's clothes, because I know, like, people make me feel like when they give me stuff, then I owe them something else. And I don't really like taking stuff from people. Like, that's just me. I just maybe it's something that I need to work on. I need to start going to therapy, but maybe it's an additional thing that I need to work on, because I'm like, I just don't take nothing. But she gave me this shirt. I'm gonna show you guys. Hold on, actually, let me put this aside for a second.
And I ain't gonna lie. Okay?
There's a shirt.
I'm not going to lie. Let me speak properly. I'm not going to lie. Okay. Before she showed that shirt, I totally forgot about that. And when she said, yeah, this is what we're going to be talking about today, I was like, okay.
On her.
And then she said, yeah, really the shirt. I was like, what shirt talking about?
She legit did.
And it was a moment like crickets.
Like, it legit took her a full 30 seconds before she like,
oh! And Jacqueline was like, I was just waiting for you to I was like, yeah, I had a slow moment.
I was like, I'm going to just let you have it.
Yep.
I'm
just let you have it. I did have it.
So this is the shirt, you guys. Hold on.
Ta-da! Ta-da! Yes. So she surprised me, because I don't typically. It's called. It's recovering. I
want to explain it, because
go ahead, because I obviously can explain my own shirt.
But it was so nice when she explained it to me. Maybe she'll have to give us like additional details, but it was like, it's recovering thinker, right? But it's overthinker. And so what she did is, like, she has over in different lettering, and it's over the thinker part, but we are recovering. And it's by the verse she used was Romans 12:2. I can't remember what that says.
It says be
mindful of nothing.
Lord, I know your word. Give me a second. It said, be not conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind.
Oh, that's the one?
Yes.
There you go. Hey!
Hopefully I quoted that right.
Just look it up real quick. We're here. Anyways, but y'all, this is legit what happens behind the scenes on the episodes. Like, we have our phones and we're doing research even as we're talking sometimes, but now y'all get to see it, so it's like funny. But yeah, so this is the shirt.
It's a process.
So we're gonna make these shirts. We're gonna redo them, okay? Because this one clearly,
that was the old one.
Is the old one. So we're gonna do a couple of these, and I really want to have these on the website, so they'll be there. They are going to be. I think we should do these at like 15 a piece. Yeah, and then add glitter for the females.
That was actually the original price.
Yeah. So that's confirmation. I had no idea, y'all.
Yep. So
they're meant to be there.
What's the scripture I said? Romans
12:2. Mm-hmm. So what I'm thinking is, like, what we're gonna do is we're gonna wind up actually redoing these 15 a piece on the website, and then you can get it in plain text, or you can get it in glitter text for the girls. For the guys, you guys can have them in the men's thing. I really think, honestly, after this episode, there's gonna be a lot of us who are gonna have to recover from overthinking, because that is honestly, it's like a fear of a fight or flight type mechanism that we try to try to use. Because in my mind, it's like, okay, fear is one thing.
Mm-hmm.
Overthinking is a product of fear.
Yep.
If we didn't have fear, we wouldn't overthink.
Exactly. Yeah, because you're trying to count the cost.
Right. So you have to regulate the actual fear. The fear is the root of it.
Yep.
Your overthinking is the product of what happens when you're fearful. If you're fearful about stuff, you're going to be thinking more deeply on, why is it that I don't want to do this, or I don't want to do this because XYZ, or I think that, the what ifs in the world are going to happen. And you have to stop. You have to think about this for yourself, but you have to give yourself some grace and some space to be able to mess up just in case.
Yep.
Because that's also a thing. You don't want to not be fearful going into the job and just treat it like, whatever, or go into this doing different projects and things with no regard.
You just said something that just came to mind. People that have a problem being what they call, I'm trying to remember the word for it, perfectionist.
Yeah.
To always want to get something right.
Yeah. And then that's up to the point where sometimes that perfectionism stops you from doing anything at all. And you will only perform the things that you could get perfect.
It paralyzes you.
And that's not how you should live. Yes, everyone wants the accolades. And that's why sometimes on social media and things like that, I'm cool. And even with this podcast, for real, I have no idea what I'm doing. I don't. I really don't.
Is transparency for you.
But at the end of the day, I just honestly trust that God's going to let whoever is supposed to hear this podcast be heard or hear it. And then the same thing even for recording and stuff. No one taught me, okay, these are the faces that you need to make when you're on the podcast. Or these are the hand motions that you need to make. This is how you connect and kind of thing. I guess I could take more courses and things to get better at it. But initially, if I never took the step though to do the recording or to start, why would I need the classes then? I didn't have to start. Yeah, I didn't have to start knowing automatically all these things. So honestly, that's also I think that part of that overthinking part that just you have to keep in check, especially if you're starting new things, and even if you're trying to rebuild old things. The overthinking part will say, well, what if this happens again? What if what happened then happens again now? And we overthink things sometimes even in our relationships, because I just had a conversation with another friend of mine where it was just okay, she was saying that, he's different now than what he was before. So now it's just well, she wants to be with him, but not sure. And so it's just I'm not sure either, to be honest, because I don't like him like that. But I know that for her, it might be perfect. So I don't want to ever tell her something, because he's changed. And I agree, he has changed a little bit. And men do change, and they grow too. But as a relationship aspect of it, you always, because you're overthinking, you will stop yourself from getting a good thing because of that. And so I'm no, and I also don't want to be, I'm never going to be the friend though that also stops you from doing something that you're happy with. Because I'm also on the same page. It could have just been me overthinking it for you. And that's also not where we're trying to be at either. I want my friends to be free. Exactly. I want them to know, to make decisions on their own. So at the end of the day, even that has to be, you just gotta do your own, sis. I already did my relationship. You gotta do your own.
So, Jasmine, let me ask you this question. Tell me a time where you were in a situation where you absolutely overthought that situation.
Where I absolutely knew that I overthought it.
Yeah, you was overthinking.
To be honest, I think I do that every day.
Are you serious?
I feel like I do that every day. I really do.
So you are a functional overthinker.
Yeah, I'm a functional overthinker. I think at this point in my life, I am now on a daily overthinking certain things I probably could have done ages ago, but because I've overthought it so much, it's oh, I don't think I could do that.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And I know that that's probably bad, because my husband gets on me all the time about it. He's yeah, well, you're good at this and this and this, and you could do this, and I'm like, oh well, no, because this is this, and no, I don't think so because this, but I'm like, no, for real, you could do it though. Why would you just do it? So
Would you say it's fear though?
yeah, because I don't want. I'm one of those people that don't like to. I don't like to fail. Nobody likes to fail, but it's just like, if I don't know that I could pretty much grand slam it, I'm like, then why would I waste my time?
Do you think that when it comes down to helping somebody who's an overthinker, the support is very important?
Oh, support's very important. So even while we're going through this, I want to kind of make it a challenge, maybe for the month of July, where we have like a little boot camp for us that are overthinkers.
Okay.
So we can boot camp ourselves and get ourselves out of the overthinking. Do some things that we didn't dare think that we would do.
Cool.
Yeah.
Now, I would say this. I guess let me give them a background story on the shirt Overthinker. So, the birth of the shirt Recovering Overthinker came. Actually, I don't know if it was the year we met or if it was before, but I of course the church that I'm attending, my pastor, she's amazing, and she was pretty much kind of, being transparent. And she stated that she is a recovering overthinker. And that just resonated with me. I was like, bruh, I want to become a
A
recovering
recovering
overthinker.
overthinker.
Like, you know, how, and I always thought about like recovering addicts and stuff like that. So for me, I was like, recovering overthinker, that is so cool because I do think a lot. And it was so bad. Like the simplest things or the conversation.
Yeah.
I'll wait. Sorry. So like, and you as an overthinker, you may find yourself like tripping over your words because
A
you're overthinking
lot.
so much. So for me, when she said that, it resonated with me, and I just could not let it go. So a few days or a few months, honestly, down the line, I had this vision. I was at this other job that I wasn't too happy with, but I had this vision of creating this shirt because I wanted to. I wasn't even thinking about the monetary part of it. I was thinking about really, I know I'm not the only person in this world. And if my pastor is a recovering overthinker, how many other people out there are struggling, overcoming their day to day with overthinking certain things that could just be so simple?
Literally.
And for me, that's when I think we were still on the uprise of positive mental health. And we were still learning and people like trying to get
Still
out of
trying to accept
depression and
even therapy. Yeah.
anxiety and trying to find therapy. So for me, during that time, I just saw how can I help? How can I promote positive thinking? And how can I send out a reminder that, hey, you are a recovering overthinker.
Yeah.
It's a process. Take your time. Give yourself grace. Don't beat yourself up.
Yep.
And I just wanted, because I knew that if I would wear my shirt and it's a reminder to me, then if I'm walking, because let me tell you something about these businesses, okay? And people that create shirts and graphics and stuff like that. You are a walking billboard when you're wearing somebody's shirt. Let me just make that clear.
Yeah.
If you didn't know, you are a walking billboard. So if you're going to help promote somebody else's company, have a good reason for it, right?
Yep.
So for me,
be getting paid.
Exactly. So I just really felt like that was going to be one of the avenues that God would allow me to help other people. And so I really just had and I still have a pure intention for that shirt.
Yeah.
And I was just so shocked today that Jasmine brought it up and said we were going to talk about the overthinkers, because
we are.
It's a lot of overthinkers out there.
It is.
And some, I won't even say some are better than others. I just think it's different degrees to it.
Yes. And that's the thing. But everyone has to, like I said, at the end of the day, you have to give yourself grace. And then you also have to recognize which one you are and what level you're at. Because at the same time, if you feel like you aren't doing, because a lot of people, they'll be so caught up in their head and be like, no, it's just because I think I know everything.
True.
And it's like, no, you don't think you know everything, so that's why you're not doing it. You're just not doing it because you fear that if you do it and you find out something different or new, that you won't be able to just implement that
Mm.
instead. That's what you're scared of. You're scared that you'll find out that something is new or changed.
That part.
And then you won't be able to rebound or retrack, or you'll feel like it's got lost time. That's why at the end of the day, most people that do like entrepreneurship and talks and stuff like that, they always say when you're going through stuff and you fall or you mess up or something, it's not an L. It's never an L. You're learning.
It's an L.
Well,
but it's for learning.
Yeah, but it's for learning, not just a loss.
Exactly.
So that's why I feel like, yeah, it's just a lot of stuff that within that overthinking thing.
They're gonna be sisters today.
It's gonna be interesting for the month of July, if we can, for the whole month of July. So starting from the airing of this podcast, I promise y'all for July, I'm gonna get it on time. It's gonna be on the 1st. Trust. So on the 1st, July 1st, I want to start a challenge. At least every single day, posting one thing that we did that used to scare us that we did. So if it was talking about your business, then you need to post something about your business for that day, and then let us know what you did. If it's, I went and I pet a dog because I don't like dogs or I'm scared of dogs, send us a picture of you going to the pet store. They got some of those little puppies. And just pet a dog. Just tap it.
Cute
and
little
then
ones.
That's it.
Cute little ones.
Yeah, just tap it. That's all. That's all I'm asking you to do. Just try one thing and do not overthink it. Just do it. Just do it. Because that's the thing. It causes paralysis when you start overthinking things. And like I said, it's something in the mind that when you have a healthy fear, that's one thing. Having healthy fear and respect for something or wanting to do something to the best of your ability, that's a real thing. Yes. I'm gonna be honest. So there is a place where both versions of you in that, motion, they exist. So you can be like, hey, I only want to present the best part of me. But then there's the other side that's like, well, you got to do something. Present some part of you.
Come on now.
You can't present none of you. So you have to decide which one's more important to you. Like, would you? And I had to again. It's something that I'm still working on, but I have gotten better on within the past week. This video podcast kind of came to me even randomly because I wound up texting her some random day, and I was like, hey, let's do it like this, or do makeup and whatever podcast. And then she didn't even answer me.
I'm gonna stop.
She didn't even answer me. And so then the next day, I messaged her back. I was like, so you didn't like the idea? You could have just told me that you didn't like the idea. Big, you could have just texted me and told me you didn't like the idea. I thought she had ghosted it.
Yeah. Overthinking confirmation.
Hey fam,
overthinking.
It was bad. So
it wasn't.
I just said, I was like, okay, and then she answered back like, oh no, I thought it was a good idea. I was like,
I saw the text message. Okay, look. Those that know me, I'm a bad person to respond back to text. Okay, like I'm sorry, but at the same time, I think when she texted me, I was at work, so typically I'm always busy on the go, and then I see it, and in my mind, I'm like, okay, I'm going to respond because I think that's really cool. But by the end of the day, I forgot because I opened the text message, but I never respond. So when it was time for me to look at my phone again, I didn't see that I still didn't respond. Anyway, so the next day she texted me like, yo, did you not? No, I'm gonna read what you said. Hold on.
Oh my god!
I laughed.
Yo, I was legit, but I did send a little emoji as well with
it. She did because
I was like,
that was her being nice, nasty with it. That was her being nice, nasty. She said she put a little fox tear face talking about like that idea. And I'm like, I can hear Jasmine saying it. Like, I hear what she's saying. I'm hearing what she's not saying. And then I couldn't do nothing but say LMAO. I do like it, dude. It just took me a while to get back to it. So, yes, that was a moment of her overthinking that I was not into something. I was into it. Now, I'm so happy that you brought that up. Because do you guys believe that overthinking is something that's developed over time based off of a series of events that happen to a person that caused them to now react that way? Or do you think people are just naturally that way sometimes.
I think it's a natural thing, to be honest, because
I think it's both.
we naturally want to know what someone else thinks about us, whether that person actually like really accepts that or not. People naturally want to know what people think about what they're saying or what they're doing. So if they present something, they want to know that feedback. They want to know, did that person agree? Do they not agree? Do whatever? And that's why social media is so big. Like, it wouldn't be that big if people didn't want that feedback that says, "Oh, I liked what you did," or "I thought that this was funny," or "I just, I love this," kind of thing. Otherwise, why would we do it? Like,
We
there's no
all
other
want
point.
to be validated.
Yes.
We all want to be confirmed.
Yes.
Excuse me, all of that.
And that is a part of the overthinking part, because in my opinion, to want to be validated, that's an extra step.
But I would go this far to say that if you feel that way for that reason, because I think I believe overthinking has a few different areas, right? So I feel like if you're trying to be validated by someone, then there's a level of insecurity in yourself that you have to first become secure in. Yes,
I guess, but like, I don't know, because sometimes the validation is just because you haven't gotten validated in that area before. I wouldn't necessarily, and that's the other thing. That's why I said, though, the word insecure is so broad now, though. Like, what does it really mean to be insecure? Because I hear a lot of people telling, like, for females, some of them will say that they're insecure just because they don't want their spouse to have other conversations or lunches with other females. That's not insecure. That's another female just saying that she's more validated, or she feels more secure in her relationship when her spouse is not going out having those lunches with other people.
Because there's an insecurity there.
No, it's just a boundary, though.
Okay, so because I think it's an insecurity. Because if I am confident and I'm already secure in my relationship and I trust the person that I'm with, then I'm not going to really be concerned. Well, that is not going to be something where I'm like, hey, now make sure this and that, or this and that, because me and the person that I'm with, we've secured our relationship. We know that we're not going anywhere. But if I wasn't secure in the relationship, or if I encountered some situations in the past that caused me to feel some type of way about a situation, I'm insecure in that area. So for me, I would think we would have to look at the definition of insecurity to determine what security is and what insecurity is not. Because if that's the case, I'm going to say it's insecurity.
Okay.
Because a boundary for me is just respecting. I think it's a thin line.
Where did it come from? Yeah, like, where would that boundary have come from?
Well, I think it's trial and error. You would have to experience something where that boundary was crossed or broken,
right,
for you to realize
that this is what I want now, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Even for that female, it's like, fam, if she's not comfortable anymore, she doesn't want that no more. She's been through different relationships where she said it was okay before, but now she's like, or even if she hasn't even been through that stuff, she just knows in herself she doesn't want that.
What do you guys think?
Yeah, like that I feel.
What do y'all think?
It's something that I feel like, again, is that a part of the overthinking, though, for the female? Because then it's just like, well, they're thinking, I know for females most of the time, and for males, because some males will do it too, but for their females, like, the female can't have any guy friends and things like that in nature. And I know that for both, like, for me and my husband personally, we don't have friends of the opposite sex. We just don't. And that's just, I mean, for me, it's helped me be more secure even in my own marriage, because I know for a fact he's not going to have any other female friends. I am his best friend. I'm not
but you're secure in your marriage because he's not going to have any more.
Yeah.
He's not going to have. Okay, but what if he did have a best female friend?
I don't know. Then I would have had to change myself prior to us deciding we were going to get married. I probably wouldn't have married him because I already know that I'm not secure in that. That doesn't make me more secure. It makes me more secure knowing that I'm the only one. That's the thing. I think that's probably where it comes from. Is just like I am more secure in my space, knowing that I'm the only one.
Okay.
If there wasn't, then I'm like, oh well, now I'm not secure because it could be the other person potentially. Like for why?
I think definitely that's probably another episode for itself because like she said, we do research while we're doing this, right? Because we want to make sure we're not just talking about stuff, just saying things that has no real backing.
Yeah, and insecurities just popped up.
So
we were talking about overthinking.
Insecurity is a few definitions that I'm saying here. Is uncertainty or anxiety about oneself / lack of confidence. Yes. And then the other one is the state of being open to danger or threat, lack of protection. So something you feel as though something is threatening,
dangerous or threatening.
And I don't think threatening is just like your life if you're gonna die or not.
But threatening to your mental,
position, your exactly.
Yeah.
So,
but then again, I'm gonna say so. Even if that is the definition, someone says someone's insecure. I think that we need to stop taking it as a negative context, though, because it is okay to be insecure then on certain things. If you're threatened by something, you need to be honest with yourself and say, "I'm threatened by that."
Everybody has an insecurity. I don't care what nobody say.
Like but even though someone may be insecure in that, I want to stop the narrative that just because a female is insecure in that area because she likes a certain thing, that is negative. Like, if that's not your type, then just keep moving. Or if that's not your type of friend, just keep moving. Like, because there's other females that also say, like, they can't have multiple best friends. That the insecurity that they have is completely negative. That's just their type of friendship. They just want one other female friend. Like, and they have to be best friends. And I'm personally not that type of friend. Don't tell me that you have to be my only best friend because you're going to be disappointed, honey.
She just took the words out of my mouth.
You're going to be disappointed.
You're going to be highly disappointed because I am not that type of friend. If I feel caged up or boxed in a relationship, I don't care what type of relationship that is, I am going to break out of that. Do not put me in a cage because I feel like it's so much of us to go around. Not only that, though, I can't learn or glean everything that I need in my life from you.
Yeah, from the one person.
I need other friends. Yeah. Now, not everybody qualifies to be a best friend.
That's right. True.
Like, I'm one of those people
it's
where...
levels to this shit.
That part.
Okay.
It is levels. Not everybody's qualified to have certain titles, but going back to overthinking, guys, stop overthinking. And it's easier said than done because I know I still do it. Jasmine obviously did it earlier this week. Obviously. But it happens, and I will even go as far to say sometimes it's not a natural thing. Is sometimes is a reaction because it's kind of like PTSD.
Yeah.
For some people.
Yeah, having to go back.
Yeah.
Or having to mentally go back, or thinking that you could possibly mentally go back if you don't think so far ahead to whatever may or may not happen. Yeah, that could also be it. Traumatized from your past.
Yeah, like, man, nah, I'm overthinking this because last time when I did this, I was supposed to do that. Or when I thought this was right, this was wrong. Or when this was wrong, this was right. So now what am I doing?
You have a point.
People get confused. They get caught up like, okay, what do I do in this situation now? Because last time I did this didn't work out. But then when I tried to do it this way, it still was wrong. So some people not insecurity, but some people overthinking comes from an experience they had and they still don't know the right way. But it also can be a perfectionist complex. Where that person wanted to make sure. Now I know that's one of my issues. I don't want to have to be corrected on something. And I need to, but see, I think that's also pride though.
Yeah, I was about to say, to be honest, that's pride though.
If I can avoid from being corrected about something, I am going to try my absolute best. But you don't know everything. So there are going to be things that you don't do right. And when you don't do those things right, then someone should love you enough, because I feel like it's love done in the right spirit. Someone should show you the right way. In my personal opinion.
Should.
Exactly.
But everybody, again, at the end of the day, they all don't have that same type of community. But that's why we're here, So that way we can show you.
Hold you guys accountable.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know I need somebody to hold me accountable. Like, no joke. I need somebody to hold me accountable. Because I would. Have you ever just spoken to yourself about situations and you responded to yourself?
Oh, plenty, girl. I
I'm
do that
pretty
on the
sure.
regular. Cause like it's just
Oh.
like, and then I had to actually realize I was doing my prayers earlier this week, which was crazy, and I told Simone I hadn't been doing pretty good at it. Anyway, in general, my prayer life was kind of sucky. Or in even manifesting, it just wasn't like it used to be. And so I was just like, I was talking to myself the other day, and then like I legit was like, okay, Holy Spirit, I'm here now. And then I started talking to the Holy Spirit, and the Holy Spirit was like, I was here the whole time. You could have been talking to me the whole time.
He's probably just watching you, like,
Yeah, just like, why didn't she just ask me?
like Medea and Bam. You see
Literally,
me? I
you
see
see
you.
me?
You see me?
Fam, it was bad. So honestly, for you guys, whether it be you praying or manifesting or things of that nature, bring those things to God. Bring them under submission.
We're
Bring
praying.
the
We don't
thoughts.
manifest.
We
That's
do
some other stuff.
both.
Well, I guess I believe you. I know your heart in it. Just for those that do the other
Maybe
way.
sure, yeah.
Because I know what you mean, but I want to clarify that for everybody else. Don't
That's
take
true.
it offensively, guys. Yes, we are waiting for the manifestations of God. That is very true. But some people consider manifesting in a whole nother realm. So I just wanted to.
We are gonna have to do a podcast episode on that. I'm just gonna sit my
I'm just gonna leave that there because I know I
We're gonna have
opened
to
the
do a
door.
podcast episode on that. So we've got two episodes or two categories, two subjects that we're definitely gonna have to talk about. One being insecurity, and the other one being manifesting. So you guys are literally seeing this as it is. It is already like 45 minutes in. I know that we're not really done with our makeup, but honestly, this was fun.
It was, yeah. We're gonna be done, but you guys will probably see pictures afterwards.
Yeah, you probably will have to be. The only other thing that I do want to make sure that we do is do like a little shout out. Did you get any messages for shout outs, people that we should be doing a toast to?
I'm thinking. Give me a second, guys.
Because well, we could probably do
I
like
do.
one or the other.
Let's do this. I would love to give a toast to every 2023 graduate. Rather it
oh
be
my gosh, yes.
elementary, rather it be middle school, high school, college.
From the babies on up.
Yes, graduate school. We want to shout you guys out because we understand that the last few years has not been easy.
Oof.
It's been a challenge, it's been a struggle, but you guys made it. It is now the summertime. I want you guys to live it up.
I'm so proud of everybody.
For real.
I've been seeing the photos and like everything like on my social media and everybody with their cap and gown.
Yes.
And I'm like, oh,
congratulations,
that's so good.
guys.
Congratulations, you guys.
Right,
to you guys. And to amazing things that you guys may have planned out for the rest of your life, going on to bigger dreams, different goals. I'm so excited for you guys. But honestly, that is it for all the episode that we have today. We of course will send or do a little short video after we are finished so you guys can see the finished look. But I appreciate you guys and love y'all. Bye. Remember, VeggieTales has no strawberries. Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning into this podcast episode for today. We've really enjoyed having you and doing our makeup together. And
we hope that it was something said that caused you to think.
Yes.
If you are an overthinker, it's time to stop overthinking. Okay?
And just do it.
Exactly. Stop living in the world or trying to be perfect and know that it's okay. It's okay. Just do your very best.
Breathe in, breathe out, and just do it. And so on that note, we're going to make sure that you guys get your t-shirts. Make sure that you order them now. So they're going to be on sale for $15 a piece. That way you can purchase yours. You can get either the regular version or the sparkle version for us that are super fancy, of course. And so make sure that you get your shirt just to show support to our podcast, but also know that all those funds that you provide for those shirts goes back into your shirt, but then also to us to better our podcast and our outreach to everywhere.
Exactly. Positive mental health is important.
It really is.
And just always wear the shirt as a reminder to stop overthinking.
Yes, and it's okay to be recovering. That's all.
Exactly.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Bye.
Hey. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. And if you enjoyed this episode, click the like button, subscribe to our channel, and share a review.
We so much appreciate every single one of you. And if you're not already following us on social media, you can find us at THA_Strawberry Patch on Instagram and TSP_podcast on TikTok. You can also go ahead and check out our podcast, apparel, and gifts on our website at jthomesandecor.com. Just click on podcasts and shop.
Remember, guys, your relationship is what you make it. So do all that you can
to live in peace with everyone.